Tonight, we are revisiting with Sleep Nation as we catch up with the band who's been on a bit of a hiatus, getting ready to make new music. Say hi and who you are and what you do in the band.
My name is Seth Bolden. I play guitar.
I'm Garrett Roper. I play the bass.
I'm Brand Merritt, sing and play guitar.
I am Justin Swingler, and I play drums.
The four of you have been together for how long?
About 2 years.
It's been longer than that. It's like 3 years now.
Well, December of 2014.
About 3 years. How did it get started?
We all worked at Sears.
You just happened to all work at the same place?
That is
Yes,
correct.
That's pretty much.
There's a joke in there about how you can get your instruments at Sears, and there's a layaway plan, and
Oh, yeah.
I think I had one of those Sears drum kits. I don't know that I would recommend them for playing in a band, though. Did you just one afternoon, everybody was like, hey, we play music?
Well, Brandon and I were actually playing with a couple other members, and we decided to give these guys a shot to see what was going on, and they ended up working out for us.
So this lineup is not the original lineup.
No.
You've had a couple of member changes.
We have.
Right.
So
Best lineup, though.
the current lineup's been together for about 3 years or so.
That's correct.
You've already got one album out.
It's going to be released hopefully September 16th.
That's when the first album's going to be coming out.
Right.
Last time
That's
around,
correct.
I think we talked to you. You had some songs worked up.
We had the EP done, and then September 16th will be the official release date for the album, which is our first show back since February.
And you're on a new project, too. You guys are in the movies.
That's
Oh,
correct.
The director of both of our music videos for I Want You Back and Mr. Unlucky, Michael Butts, he directed both of those videos. They were excellent, and he come to us and said, I'm working on an independent film, and I want you guys to do the main song for my film.
And we'll get into what was involved with that, how he came across you as far as doing your videos to begin with. We'll have a discussion about all those things. So we talk with Sleep Nation tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. Tonight, we talk with Sleep Nation as we find out about what they've been working on and what they've got planned. They've got a special release coming up. It's the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. I've got, let's say who you are and what you do in the band again.
Seth Bolden. Play lead guitar.
I'm Garrett. I play the bass.
Brand Merritt, sing and play guitar.
Justin, I'm on the drums.
The four of you in this lineup, I think we established earlier, have been like this for the last 3 years or so. Songwriting, you've had a couple of videos that you've put together. How did you decide, you know what, let's step away? Because you guys were doing shows here and there, and you just kind of, I think you did like a farewell. Was that back in February?
That is correct.
Oh, yeah. We had a little.
I had a baby boy and decided to spend a few months doing that, and now we're back at it. So
So you took a little time out for family
that's correct.
and a little time to kind of recharge the band, too.
That's right.
So what are you looking for as far as the new material that you've been working on?
They finally let me drop the D string on my bass. I've always been wanting a harder song, but
The newest song that we're going to record for the independent film Hair of the Dog, which is titled I'm a Werewolf, but that's okay. Garrett finally gets to lower his E string down to D. That's what he's referring to.
so,
You weren't with us the last time that we talked with
No, I
Sleep
wasn't.
Nation. And I believe you guys said you're one of the newer members.
Yeah, I joined in about, yeah.
How did they come across you?
Well, I just started at Sears. I had no idea that they were part of a band. Me and Brand really clicked as far as the type of music that we were in. We we just talked about that all the time. And he said, he figured out that I play guitar, and he asked if I could play bass for the band. I haven't touched a bass in like 10 years before that. So, we went up to Guitar Center one day and bought a bass and an amp, and it's pretty much been going since then. And love it. It's a cool thing. I never thought I'd be in a band.
As far as the songwriting aspects coming into play, how many are involved with that?
Lyrically, I kind of take the drive, except for the newer songs. Seth definitely has helped out on that. As far as arrangement, everybody pitches in on that.
You do stay rather busy. You've got your first show back, I believe, is September 16th.
That is correct.
You've lined up that. Are you planning to do a few more?
Yes, we have a costume contest Halloween show, I believe October 25th. The venue hasn't been laid down yet, but that's in the works right now.
You have put together the album finally. You've gotten the EP. We did that once already. We
Right.
talked about some of the songs that were on the EP. You've reworked a few of them?
We just took the songs that were on the EP. They were the unmastered tracks that we kept on an EP, and then we had all the tracks mastered, and that's what on the new album. So.
Some of the songs that are on this, let's start with one. How about Closer? Closer,
actually, I got the inspiration from, I was trying to date this girl that worked at Sonic, and that's kind of where Closer come from. And the last show that we played, our going away show, Garrett hit me in the head with his bass guitar, and the peg hit me on the side of the head, and I was bleeding while we were playing Closer.
Oh, you don't know how metal it was. It was awesome.
I was going to say, I didn't realize you guys were that hardcore.
Oh, we were. Yeah, it was going crazy. I mean, just got really metal really quick.
It's Sleep Nation. It's Closer on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. Catching up tonight with Sleep Nation as they ready their first album. It's the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. You guys took, how long of a hiatus was it? It was about 6 months or so.
Right around 6 months.
You've also been working with Michael Butts. He's a producer.
He's a director. He directed our first 2 music videos, and he's going to release his first independent film called Hair of the Dog.
Your first video that you guys did was that little whole Western thing, shootout. It was kind of a funny little video. They can find that up on YouTube. It's still available there. And Mr. Unlucky. Now, it's got cutscenes from the movie.
That was a kind of a promotional music video for the Hair of the Dog film.
So are you guys actually going to be in the movie too, or did you just work on come up with a song?
It's just going to be the song.
Just the song. And it's a new song.
That is correct. It hasn't been released yet. We haven't even finished it up as far as writing it yet, but we're going to go and record the song here soon, and then he's going to shop it to South by Southwest and Cannes music or film festivals.
Now, he went the Kickstarter round, I think, didn't he, for this?
Yes, he did. He had a Kickstarter for his movie.
They can find that online. It's
a GoFundMe.com if you just go in there and search Hair of the Dog. And he also has a Facebook group.
Where did he film this at? Most of the filming, because it's not far from here, because he's around here.
He filmed it in Nashville, I believe. Nashville, Franklin, where he filmed it at. Yeah.
Is it going to be the werewolf theme song, or what mindset do you have to get in to write a song for a film?
Well, if it makes sense, yeah, we kind of had a werewolf in mind for the song. I don't know, kind of like a more horror kind of theme to it. It's actually changed quite a bit, though, while we've been writing it.
It's going to sound like Sleep Nation. We're not trying to change up what we do.
And you do have a unique sound. It's a combination of different, your influences, which are?
Well, I mean, mine, I started off listening to, of course, Led Zeppelin and then The Who and The Doors from my father. And then more through high school years, I started to get into a little faster music like punk rock, and then eventually Foo Fighters, and more so now, Mute Math and bands like that. As far as drums, that's where I get mine from.
I'm the biggest Phil Collins fan this side of the Mississippi.
Why are they all laughing at you? Phil Collins is awesome. Love me some Phil Collins.
I love Phil Collins. His Genesis work, his solo work. I love Phil Collins.
I like his son, too, Simon Collins. I don't know if you checked out his stuff.
I love Simon Collins.
Simon's awesome. What about you?
Well, really, what I like to draw my influence from is from a lot of 90s bands, particularly like Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, some Pearl Jam, and a lot of modern, heavier rock. Ryan Martini.
I'm all about like some 70s and 80s influences. I'm sure you can tell if you come to one of our shows. Any kind of improv stuff. It's all about those classic blues scales, stuff like that. I love incorporating that in anything we do.
Now, you do have another track that we might get to. How does this one come about? Girl Fight. We're at the Walmart, and there's a couple of girls that they just throw down, and it's, no?
One of our, Justin and I's friend, Clinton Gill, he called me up one day. He said, you guys need to write a song called Girl Fight. And that's all he said. And so I was like, okay, you got anything else? He's not. Just write a song called Girl Fight. And so I locked myself away for a couple of days, and that's what I come up with.
So just the lyrics, or did you come up with the melodies and everything else? Or?
I pretty much come up with everything, just off his 2-word, just write a song called Girl Fight.
When you brought it back to them, what was their reaction?
They probably thought I was a little crazy.
I love the song, honestly.
It's a fun song.
Yeah.
I mean, when Brand comes to us with an idea, we have to obviously put it to music. So it's interesting the process of being, in the band room and putting it all together, but it comes together nicely as far as finished product. So this is one of those.
It's Girl Fight. It's Sleep Nation on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. It's the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. A conversation tonight with the band Sleep Nation. 4 members in. They contacted us through our website. You can do the same. Rock937online.com. You can submit your music there, and you could be in having a conversation about your music. You've got how many songs coming on this album?
9.
And I think we said earlier that you had some that you had already kind of did. You had the masters for, and you reworked them. Where did you go to do that?
The songs were recorded at Beach Creek Studios in Franklin, Tennessee. And actually, I got a hold of the son of the owner of the studio, and he mastered our songs. So Robert Gay did the mastering for the songs.
Have you worked with him before, or is this just first time around? Or
Justin and I, whenever before we changed the name to Sleep Nation, we recorded 4 songs there. So that's the only place we've ever known, and it's a wonderful studio. I mean, you walk in there and you feel like that you probably don't deserve to be there.
Well, you've had the opportunity to work with them and to get your things mastered and produced there. Do you record anything in your studio or your jam session?
Nothing that anyone will want to hear.
Mostly on our phones. That's about it. Yeah.
We really don't know the first thing about doing a recording correctly, so we just decided not to do it altogether.
Just rely on somebody else.
If we want to, put a little demo together and just put it on a quick record, just remember for the next session, then that's what we do. But as far as professionally, we leave it to the professionals to do that.
There's a really nice relationship that you build with whenever you have a producer that they've went to school to work on music, and they know what to do. And whenever you work with them, your songs come out a lot more polished, and they you start kind of working ideas off each other. Like a lot of these songs probably wouldn't sound the way they did if it wasn't for Aaron Ciskowski. He moved, actually. He lives in Indiana now. He works for Sweetwater.
So when you walked in and you handed this thing, you said, "This is what we've got," and you started playing, and he went, Did you kind of, you seem to have the attitude that his advice was the way to go, or did you just kind of bow up and be like, "You don't know me. You don't know my music"?
We didn't fight him because every idea that he pitched to us was it sounded like a better idea than what we had. So,
did it help to inspire any change in your songwriting, the directions that he gave you, or?
Definitely it challenged me to become a better songwriter and actually not write 7-minute songs, even though we do have a 7-minute.
We got a couple of those.
I think they call those rock songs.
Yeah.
Instead of just the short form. What do you call the really short ones? Country. So
Now you do. Yeah.
the material that you had put together as you went in to go to record on this, you said, I think earlier, that you don't throw anything out when it comes to songwriting. So who comes up with the main idea first? Is it lyrics first, or is it the other parts first?
It's usually guitar. Our main man, Seth, over here, and Bran are usually the ones that are.
Yeah. So we'll just start like jamming on something for a while and say, let's see where this can go and try stuff like that. Or sometimes Bran will bring in some lyrics and or something around that.
It usually comes down to what we can remember from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
If we create something great right now, then next week we may not remember anything that we just did. So getting back to that point or whatever sticks tends to be the next song.
Stimulate. It's one of the songs that's on the album. Where did it come from?
I guess about 5 years ago, before I took the position of lead singer, and then Justin and I had some discussion, and I kind of pulled back and let's get somebody else to sing, and I'll just play guitar. And then we had this individual come in, and we wrote the music out to Stimulate, and we kind of had some discrepancies with him, and he left, and so I wrote the lyrics, and it was kind of inspired from that whole situation that happened from there.
It is Sleep Nation. It is Stimulate on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7. Tonight we've been talking with Sleep Nation on the 9 o'clock news local edition here on Rock 93.7, the 4-man band that is ready to take over the world, right?
Absolutely.
Well, at least take over the Warren County Fair.
Oh, that's for sure.
Well,
Every
okay.
year.
Maybe not take over, but you are going to be performing there. What date is it again?
September 16th.
Everyone needs to come out and see you. You're going to be what particular place at the fair? Is there?
They call it the Shed.
The rock.
That's what they call it.
Okay.
The Shed.
When I was growing up, being sent to the Shed was not a good thing.
This is a good thing.
Yeah.
So you can catch them. They're going to be at the Shed for that. And then you're lining up some more dates after that. The whole Halloween thing, still kind of in flux, still in the works, but they can find you online. Where at?
Facebook. And we also have our own website, sleepnationband.com.
Go there. You can actually check out the video for Mr. Unlucky that we were talking about earlier. And I think you said it was like a promotional thing. So there's some clips of the movie in there, and they can kind of see you're working on a completely different song, though, for that movie.
Yeah, it's a different song. It's called I'm a Werewolf, but that's okay.
And that's something else they can look for on your website and up at your Facebook, too. So thank you guys so much again for coming in to speak with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
For
you.
having us.
It's been a conversation with Sleep Nation tonight on the 9 o'clock news local edition on Rock 93.7.